Welcome to Bridging the Gap to Connections, the talk show, where we begin by sharing your stories and spotlighting your shine. Hello, welcome back to Bridging the Gap to Connections. This is Darla Williams here, the host of Bridging the Gap to Connections. Today is Wednesday, Words of Wisdom on the talk show, and what I am doing is looking for other people who want to come on and share their words of wisdoms on Wednesdays as well. So I am actually opening an invitation to those who are hearing this and looking for them to message me so that they can get an opportunity to come on the show. Today, though, I am going to speak about hope. Hope in a future. You know, there was a time in my life where I got really discouraged and I thought hope was a bad thing. And if you've been in situations and circumstances, you too may have lost hope. And what I really want to do is talk about a couple different things when it comes to the word hope. Hope in the wrong idea can take you down the wrong path. I can remember years ago, and when I say years ago, I'm looking at back in the early 2000s, back in like 1999, 2000, 2004, that area. Okay, so quite a bit of a while back. I lost hope. I lost hope in a lot of things because of the fact that I was putting my hope in the wrong place. During that time, and I would say more or less in 2003, 2004, where I sunk my hope was in a space that maybe a situation and a circumstance could get better. That if I hoped for something good to come, that good would come. Sometimes in life, the words of wisdom, years later, here we are, little over 20 years later, what I should have been is looking at a hope and a future instead of looking for a hope of someone or something being like it used to be. See, hope is a powerful piece to who we are. When we hope in our future, obviously the future is not guaranteed, right? So when we hope in the future, we're literally building the opportunity that if tomorrow comes, when tomorrow comes, and if we arise to tomorrow, that we'll actually be able to do the things that we hope for. However, if you're in a relationship with someone, and this is where it comes from for me, and this is the only reason why I have to use it in this construct, because the only thing I can really teach from is from my own perspectives, correct? I mean, I can go and learn some different things and figure out things and apply them as well. However, my experience is what has begun building the world in which I know or have learned from. Years ago, like I said, I used to put a hope in others. When you take and place your hope and happiness in some, like the key to your hope, the key to your happiness, and you place it in somebody else's pocket, they have no intentions to give you what you hope for. When you guard your hope and your happiness, and realize that all of those things begin and end within you and no longer look outside of you for them, everything begins to make more sense. When we hope for our future, we generate an energy within ourselves that wants to get up every day and continue moving forward. But when we choose to place that hope somewhere that it doesn't belong, the hope that someone else will show up, the hope that they will change, the hope that maybe it doesn't have to be that way. When we look to the hope as being from someplace else, that maybe somebody else can change, we lose, and we lose every time. I know from a lot of personal experience, like I said, back in that 2003, 2004, I used to hope for someone else to show up, to do better, to be more, to be who they said they were going to be. And I failed myself by not watching the actions, by sinking my hope like an anchor in someone else. I dated someone that said that hope is riddled with devastation. And at the time when that person said it, I actually agreed because I was still standing in that place of, oh, never hope for anything because hope doesn't come. Hope is the space in which you build your dream. It's not about an outsider. It's not about placing it upon the idea or the construct of someone else in your life. Hope is about the dream in which you are building for you. So when you stop and pause and say, I hope, ask yourself what you're really hoping. See what way you're framing your hope. And my hope for you is that you're not placing that key of hope in somebody else's pocket. Hope can be used to fuel the fire, the passion, the joy of what you actually want to become, who you want to be later down the road. When we hope for a future for ourselves, we begin creating a vision for the things in which we want to create. But like I said, when we set that hope in somebody else's pocket, we're not going to get where we want to go because now we've given our hope and the power of our hope to another. I want you to take a minute right now and ask yourself, when I think about hope, do I think about my present moment, the circumstances I've been through, or my future? Hope is for dreaming and building the future. Hope is for the passion and the joy within. Hope is for those who want to do more. But it starts and ends within. My hope is that every time I jump on a call, on a show, on a feature, that I truly land the ability to make a connection. But how do I land that connection? By holding the dream of building the show, tending the people, seeing the future. The results that landed me in bad spaces when it came to hope was when I hoped someone would change. When I hoped that tomorrow would be better. It all sat with me. I can hope for a better tomorrow, I can hope for a future. But in that hope, I have to begin designing the life so that I can live out the joy of that hope tomorrow. There are steps to our success that each one of us takes. But I've also noticed that those of us who've suffered through severe trauma, one of the number one things we lose is hope. We've seen and experienced situations that have left us broken, sad, lost, and absolutely confused. We have been burdened with having to do more to hold ourselves together because of the circumstances that we've experienced. Life experiences have caused those who have been through trauma to forget that hope exists. So I hope that this message can begin leading you to a path that shows you that though yesterday hurt, and today you're living in the ruins, that you can set yourself up today to hope for a better future. If any of those words resonated with you, if you're lost, scared, alone, hurting, confused, angry at the injustice of what you've been through, if you're looking for solutions and maybe the opportunity to begin one day to hope for a better tomorrow, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always here. So let's hope for a better tomorrow. Let's dream today and begin the steps to allow us to build the gap, the bridge to the gap. Let's build again. Let's find the way and continue bridging a gap to connection. And begin hoping for a better future. This is Darla here, signing off. Bye for now.